All right, I'm with Paul Geddes of TDG Gold. The symbol is TDG on the TSX Venture. Paul, tell us about the company's cash holdings right now. Like, how well funded are you for 2026? And what are your plans in 2026?
Great question. Currently, as it stands, about 16 million, 50-50 split in between hard and flow through. Plans for 2026. Given the fact that we just had that discovery at Antioch, that is going to occupy a significant portion of the budget to advance that. The reason I say that is because even though we had great capital efficiencies at GSN Aurora, the Aurora West deposit, we basically put 2 million ounces in the ground for $20 million and closed it off. What we might do is add to that regionally, do some organic growth, some exploratory drilling. But again, with the discovery and the significance of that discovery at Antioch, that's where the geological triage is going to go.
Okay, so let's talk about the Antioch project and the new VMS, discovery there that you just announced. 25 meters of like 2% copper equivalent.
Yep.
It looks like a pretty deep hole.
Yep.
You've got a follow-up hole that's pending. Tell us about how you came up with the target and why it's so interesting to the company.
Another great question. We were always of the belief that there was going to be more mineralization than just the singular body known as Antioch. Because keep in mind, that was mined down to 300 meters, never really tested below that with drilling. And any geophysical depth penetration only went down 200 to 300 meters. So anything below those levels, no one knew it was there. So what we did this year is we basically flew a different type of survey. And the survey saw down 800 meters approximately. We ended up getting a really large anomaly at Antioch itself. However, the resolution of that anomaly didn't allow us to go straight to the drill hole. So what we did is we took 3 of the 2024 drill holes and we selectively extended them such that we could then send probes down utilizing the same method and get better resolution inside this larger anomaly. Well, hole number 3 was a vertical hole originally. We extended it, went down about 1 kilometer, and I'd rather be lucky than good. We hit 5 meters of massive sulfides and the correct stuff. So that in itself theoretically could have been called the discovery hole. We went down, we probed it, and in the same way that Firefly or Foran uses probing techniques to find their next deposit, we got the exact same thing. Great big honking anomaly, really conductive. We couldn't just leave it. I realize it's deep, but we had to test that. So we elected to step out 80 meters from that. Nice economic big step out. Got the 25 meters of 2.1. And then we've got another hole. It's another 80 meter step out. Hole number 3, 25,003. And we're waiting on assays on that right now.
So you've decided that this is a big focus for you in 2026. And so obviously, probably seeing something good in hole 3, I'm guessing. But we need to see the assays for that. Where do you go following hole 3? Like, where are the next holes? Are you following this up closer to surface, like an up dip testing, or are you going to continue to step out, laterally?
Okay. So what we've done, well, actually what we're currently doing is we're probing these 2 brand new holes. So then what we're expecting is that the plates will get larger or they will help point us in the next direction. Now, you can't turn a gift horse in the mouth. So what we'll do is we'll probably drill a platform hole once we know the dimensions of the new anomaly, and then we'll do wedges or directional drilling off of it to make it more capital efficient. Now, while we're doing that, ultimately in a perfect world, having worked at Skeena and Rainy River and Barkerville, I like using 13 rigs at a time. So there's other anomalies that are in the near mine environment at surface. G ounces or shallow ounces, those are going to be very capital effective. Plus the other thing too is the mine, Antioch itself, they only depleted the lenses. There might be stringer zones that are still there to be looked at. There may be a potential for a pit situation. I'm not saying there is, but that's something that has to be investigated. So in a perfect world, I would have a 2-prong approach. I would be drilling the deeper anomaly, making it bigger, big step outs, seeing how many tons we can build and how quickly we can build them. And secondly, working in the near surface, testing some of these other nearby targets.
And is this the sort of program that starts in May or June and goes until October, or can you drill this, year round?
Oh, year round.
Year
Yeah.
round.
The only time that I probably wouldn't want to be up there is December through early January.
Okay,
Right. You're basically looking at coastal weather that you would see in North Vancouver.
I see. Okay, got it. And so is there a rig there now?
2 rigs on site. That's what we've been using the whole time. Again, once the probing is complete, that data will get sent back for interpretation. We're doing a small resupply and just a quick hiatus. Back at it 15th of March.
Got it.
2 rigs.
Okay. So that's exciting new VMS, discovery at the Antiochs project. Now let's go to the Toodoggone Shasta project. I guess this is now moving to the number 2 just for the near term, this year, but you've worked up a bunch of new targets there. I know there's a new porphyry target to the north
Yeah.
of the Aurora. Tell us about that and what are the plans there in 2026?
Yeah, so I'd like to say it was really good capital efficiency that got deployed. It was one season, $20 million, and you can't take my word for it, but if you take Steve Terrian at 3L, Varun Aurora at Claris, Michael Gray at Agentis, roughly 2 million ounces on our side. So again, one season, that's great, but that's the nature of the beast. However, as you head towards the north, it gets deeper and the grade starts to diminish. We don't see a lot of point in continuing to drill 1 kilometer holes there to get grades and ounces that are going to be marginal, if not ever economic. So it is what it is. We've delineated it, probably not going to infill. There's no point at this stage of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I think everyone is in agreement that there's too many players in the Toodoggone, and there has to be an M&A outcome. Now, with the size of Aurora, some estimates up to 10 million ounces, that could potentially become a center of gravity. Can you motivate? Can you force Freeport's hand? Is it big enough for Freeport? $1 million question. But we also have the 1.1 million ounce Shasta epithermal near surface resource. Thing only goes down 145 meters, plenty of targets in the near mine environment. That's going to be sort of an appendix to what we call the Aurora complex. And it makes sense. It's low hanging fruit. Would I blow a budget, $30 million on the air? Probably not. If you're going to go exploring for additional ounces, those are $25 to $30 million journeys if you're starting with brand new targets. So again, Antiochs being the prime candidate at this point in the game, and seeing if there's anything organic we can add to Shasta.
Okay. Are you going to drill that porphyry target this year?
We're going to do some sniffing and some investigating.
Okay. Some
Yeah.
sniffing and investigating. Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you for your time, Paul.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers.